Welcome, fellow travelers, to an exploration of a fascinating cosmos. Not the cosmos you're probably thinking of, filled with stars and galaxies, but the internal cosmos, the world of human spirituality. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can you have spirituality without a belief in God? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. We'll delve into the core beliefs, the sources of spiritual experience, the values and practices of spiritual atheists. This isn't about converting you, oh no, it's about expanding our understanding of this vast universe, both inside and out. So buckle up, let's get started. Spiritual atheists, much like our understanding of the universe itself, are a diverse bunch. But what unites them is a rejection of the idea of a supernatural deity or creator pulling the strings. Instead, they find solace and wonder in the scientific understanding of the universe, relying on reason and evidence to guide their path. Now, you might think this leaves them cold and detached, but that's far from the truth. They experience a profound connection to the universe, a deep sense of awe for the natural world, and a profound respect for humanity. It's this connection, this understanding of our place in the grand scheme of things, that brings a sense of purpose, a sense of wonder, a feeling of transcendence. It's not about looking up at the heavens for answers, but looking inward and outward, embracing the mystery and magnificence of existence itself. So, where do these feelings of awe and wonder come from, if not from a divine being? Well, for many spiritual atheists, the natural world is a profound source of inspiration. Think about standing on a mountaintop, gazing at a star-filled sky, or feeling the power of the ocean. These experiences can evoke a sense of awe and wonder that transcends words, a feeling of connection to something far greater than ourselves. And it's not just nature, mind you. Think about the emotional response we have to art, to music, to literature. These creative expressions, born from the human spirit, can evoke deeply spiritual feelings, connecting us to the shared human experience across time and cultures. And then there are practices like meditation and mindfulness. These ancient techniques, far from being tied to any religion, help us cultivate a sense of inner peace, clarity, and awareness. It's about quieting the mental chatter and connecting with the present moment, experiencing the world with a sense of openness and curiosity. Now you might be wondering, without a divine compass, what guides the moral and ethical framework of a spiritual atheist? It's a great question. You see, many embrace humanism, a philosophy that places human welfare, reason and ethics at its core. They believe that morality isn't handed down from on high, but rather it's something we discover and define together based on our shared human experience, empathy, and reason. This focus on human experience also translates into a deep commitment to personal growth, self-reflection, and emotional well-being. It's about understanding ourselves better, challenging our own biases, and striving to be the best versions of ourselves. And this inward journey is often coupled with a strong sense of social justice. Many spiritual atheists see the interconnectedness of humanity and feel compelled to fight for equality, sustainability, and a better future for all. Now, it's important to map out the clear distinctions between spiritual atheism and traditional religious or theistic spirituality. The most obvious difference, of course, is the absence of a belief in divine beings, an afterlife, or sacred texts. While someone following a traditional religion might find solace in prayer or rituals dictated by their faith, a spiritual atheist finds meaning in practices that resonate with their own personal values and experiences. They might engage in yoga or meditation, but not as a means to reach a higher power, rather as a way to connect with their inner selves and the natural world. They might find symbolism and meaning in ancient rituals, but they reinterpret them through a secular lens, focusing on the universal human experiences they represent. For a spiritual atheist, spirituality isn't about following dogma or seeking divine intervention. It's about embarking on an internal journey of self-discovery, of finding meaning and purpose in a vast and awe-inspiring universe, all without subscribing to supernatural explanations. So you might be asking, what does a spiritual atheist actually do? Well, the beauty of it is there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Some find solace in solitary practices like journaling, nature walks or meditation, connecting with their inner selves and the natural world. Others find meaning in reinterpreting ancient rituals, stripping away the supernatural elements and focusing on the human experiences they symbolize. And still, others find community and connection in groups that embrace a non-theistic approach to spirituality. Think of organizations like the Unitarian Universalists or secular Buddhist groups, where people from all walks of life come together to explore their spirituality, share their experiences and support one another on their individual journeys. The key takeaway here is that spiritual atheism is a deeply personal and individual path. It's about finding what resonates with you, what brings you a sense of peace, purpose and connection to something greater than yourself. Gap 3S. Now let's take a moment to recognize some influential figures who embody the principles of spiritual atheism. These individuals have rejected belief in a personal God, but have found deep spirituality through awe, ethics, mindfulness, or interconnectedness. First on our list is Albert Einstein. Known for his theory of relativity, Einstein believed in a cosmic religion of awe and wonder, but denied a personal God. He famously said, "The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious." Next is Carl Sagan, the renowned astrophysicist. Sagan often spoke about the grandeur of the universe. His reverence for science and nature had a deeply spiritual tone, inspiring many to look up at the stars with a sense of wonder. Sam Harris, a neuroscientist and author, promotes secular spirituality through meditation and mindfulness. His book, Waking Up: A Guide to Spirituality Without Religion, provides a framework for finding spirituality without traditional religious beliefs. Alan Watts, a philosopher, interpreted Eastern spirituality through a Western, often non-theistic lens. He emphasized inner experience and interconnectedness, offering a unique perspective on spirituality. Richard Dawkins, while a vocal atheist, has written beautifully about the wonder of life and the universe. He advocates for awe and reverence through scientific understanding, showing that spirituality can coexist with a scientific worldview. Stephen Fry, an actor and writer, identifies as an atheist but deeply values compassion, beauty and meaning. He often expresses spiritual ideas grounded in humanism, reminding us of the importance of empathy and kindness. Jiddu Krishnamurti, a philosopher, rejected religious institutions and gods, but spoke profoundly about consciousness and inner freedom. His teachings encouraged self-inquiry and personal growth. Baruch Spinoza, a 17th century philosopher, equated God with nature, Deus sive natura. As a spiritual pantheist, he is often regarded as a proto-atheist, blending spirituality with a naturalistic view of the world. Joseph Campbell, a mythologist, explored universal themes in religion and myth from a symbolic, non-theistic perspective. He encouraged following a spiritual path rooted in personal transformation and self-discovery. Finally, Neil deGrasse Tyson, an astrophysicist, avoids the label atheist, but expresses a spiritual appreciation for the cosmos grounded in science. His work inspires countless individuals to find wonder and meaning in the universe. These notable figures show us that spirituality is not confined to religious belief. It can be found in the awe of the cosmos, the pursuit of knowledge, and the deep connections we share with each other. They remind us that a spiritual life is a rich and varied tapestry, woven from the threads of curiosity, compassion and wonder. Gap 3S. Now, let's continue our journey as we embrace the cosmos within. As we conclude our journey into the world of spiritual atheism, I hope you walk away with a sense of wonder, a sense of possibility. Remember, just because we don't see a deity pulling the levers of the universe doesn't mean we can't experience profound awe, meaning and connection. In fact, I'd argue that embracing the unknown, relying on our own intellect and empathy, makes the journey that much more profound. If this exploration has sparked your curiosity, if it's got you pondering the nature of existence, well, then my friends, we've accomplished something truly cosmic. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more mind-expanding adventures Until next time, keep looking up, keep questioning, and keep seeking your own truth. Peace and love to all.